to honor someone again with a Community Pioneer Award, just as the Rainbow History Project honored me a few years ago. Where to start? Ruby. She's everywhere. It seems like we met something like 14 years ago when I was working at Whitman Walker Clinic, and back in those days it was even odder to find, trans women who were working in the community and employed. And so Ruby and I became friends, and Ruby was a volunteer at Whitman Walker and started the very first, I think, trans Latina support group, Mary Wilson's, my memory there. And it's very hard to run community-based organizations. We know that they have a life cycle. Back in that day, there was Ente Ambiente, and they went away. And so Ruby, since there was a need, met some other LGBT Latino people and started Latinos en Acción. And that became morphed into eventually the foundation that became the powerhouse, dynamic, needs meter Casa Ruby. And today Ruby is continuing her mission. It flows from her spirit of love of community and love of self, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love other people. And she's a powerhouse. She's known everywhere throughout the DC community. And the array of services that Casa Ruby provides, clothing, food, basic human needs, and now housing, it's an amazing organization and a tribute to Ruby's spirit and commitment to make a difference in the lives of Latino, LGBT people everywhere in the District of Columbia. So it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you tonight my sister, my friend, and actually my always younger but better looking sister, Ruby Dorado.
I feel really lucky to be in a room where there are people who actually built this city for LGBT people. When I moved to DC, I was 16 years old and I had just overcome homelessness. And I'm 45 today, so it's been a little while. And back in the day, I just wanted to liberate myself, like many of us, and we lived in about 7 blocks, DuPont Circle. And I remember around this time, I'd love to go to the circle so I could be me. And that is really where I learned to do what I do today. I slept in that park many times. Not because I didn't have a home at that time, because I had overcome homelessness, but because home was a living hell. And I met some of the people in the room, and one in particular touched my life, and I want to honor her. Miss Willie, who taught me that I wasn't, because for a long time I thought I was super gay. Most people were like, "You are too gay, honey." And I was like, "I'm super gay." And they're like, "Yes, you are." I really walked around like with a gay star. And she said to me, "Honey, yes, you are gay, but you are transgender." And unfortunately, in 1995, she got killed. In the same year, Tyra Hunter lost her life on the streets of DC. And she walked me and others up to do something. At that time, I stopped my transition, but I went back to do it. And ever since, I never left this city. I just can't. Because no matter how difficult it has gotten in the past, we paved the way for a lot of people who come today just looking that same thing that many of us were looking. They just want to be liberated. We have a beautiful city. We have an amazing city. And this is our home, and I want to thank everyone who has made it that home that it is today for all of us.
Good.